Jati and Varna. Everybody knows what jati is. This is the, the grandparents, the parents, the relatives, and the larger community to which one belongs. But what about Varna? I speak about it because there is a lot of confusion and perhaps erroneous views. The Purusha Sukta says that from the cosmic man, the primal Purush, which represents the Atman within, uh, came or sprang forth from the mouth of the Purush, sprang forth the Brahmins, from the arms sprang forth the Rajanyas, who are the Kshatriyas, from the thighs sprang forth the Vaishyas, and from the feet sprang forth the Shudras. But every human being has Purush within them, and therefore all these four varnas, and the word varna of course means the outer appearance or color. So every human being has all the four varnas within him and her, um, and uh, and each varna is like a color which comes upon an individual, and in certain roles or in certain positions, one is like this person who is thinking about the larger questions, or is fighting for his or her rights, or is thinking about taking care of the expenses and the accumulation of wealth, or is in the pursuit of service. Now, uh, now, of course, one could say that within the larger society, because a society consists of different segments. Now, it's possible that certain segments are dedicated to pursuit of one or the other of these four basic tasks. But as far as each individual is concerned, no matter which segment of society they work, whether they are teachers, where one might call them Brahmins, or whether they are doctors who are normally called Shudras because they are in the service of everybody else. So, but each individual, each doctor, each farmer, each soldier within themselves is complete, an integral whole. The same Purush is within them, and therefore each individual has all the four varnas within them. Um, it's stated Purnat Purnam Udachyate, from each individual who's Purna, well, first of all from the Purush, and then from each individual who's Purna comes forth other Purna persons or individuals. And also, one should not forget that each individual mirrors the entire cosmos, yat pinde tad brahmande, or within each individual is samudra manthan. Within each individual are various tendencies, like the asuric or the daivik. That's why you have the great dialogue in Brihad Aranyak Upanishad, where Prajapati informs each individual that, namely asuras, manushyas, and devas, instructs them in the secret instruction in terms of the word or sound da, where for the asuras da means daya, for the devas it means dhamma, self-control, and for manushyas it means datta, which means give charity. So I think what one needs to do is to recognize this, that we are all, every human being, no matter where they're coming from. And certainly it is true that culture and upbringing and sanskars have a great influence on people. But that's where, in this new postmodern age, we need to recognize this much more explicitly, that every human being has these four varnas that they wear, if you call them clothes, which they wear in different situations. In different situations, one is, thinking about one role or the other. When you have to fight, you must fight. Then you are a Rajanya or a Kshatriya. And every individual, in fact, in the past as well, people carried knives in order to protect themselves. It didn't really matter which community they came in from. So to conclude, if we look at this question of Varna much more correctly and not follow the erroneous views which was imposed on Indian communities after the 1901 census, when the British insisted that every jati had to be tied to a certain varna, which was not the case at all. In fact, the varna thing is something within each individual.